In July, the Reserve Bank cut the repo rate by 25 basis points. That was the first rate cut in more than a year. This time, the Monetary Policy Committee meeting unanimously decided to keep the repo rate unchanged.
Given where our inflation rates are, I don't think we can say these interest rates are high.
Yeah.
And they're very stable. And I think there's a lot to be said for stable monetary policy, not moving too fast, either downwards or upwards.
Kganyago says the committee is closely watching South Africa's consumer inflation. In August, inflation rose slightly by 4.3% compared to 4% in July. August's increase was slightly higher than expected.
The overall risks to the inflation outlook are assessed to be largely balanced. Demand-side pressures remain subdued, and food, wages and rental prices are expected to increase at moderate rates. Global inflation should remain low. In the absence of shocks, relative exchange rate stability is expected to continue. Some upside risks to the inflation outlook remain, in particular from fuel, electricity and water prices.
In the second quarter of this year, growth rebounded from the contraction experienced in the first quarter, but economic activity levels still remain weak. The Reserve Bank's forecast of GDP growth for 2019 are still unchanged at a low 0.6%. Asked about the fiscal risks and possible downgrade by rating agency Moody's in November, Kganyago had this to say.
It is a downgrade. Is that downgrade in current prices or not? If it is in current prices, it should not have an effect. But if it is not in current prices, you should expect that there would be outflows of capital, and that will manifest itself in the exchange rate. And the way we think about it is that it's a shock. We do not respond to shocks in that manner. We would then look as to whether second round effects kick in. If second round effects kick in, then we would respond to those second round effects rather than to the first round shock.
The Steel and Engineering Industries Federation, SABC, has welcomed this decision. It says the cost-saving benefits from low interest rates will also invariably transcend the metals and engineering industry to include other important industrial sectors such as the mining and construction sectors, which are important to its growth and sustainability. Diabo Seto, SABC News, Johannesburg.